Okay. I think we got some watery visitor coming. Okay, round Reborn 2.2. Let's go. Still waters. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce I have begun to make myself at home, I receive a request for assistance from my Mahjong and Son's mineral concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been targeted a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that patterns became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. You know what that means, folks. I hardly need to tell you what that may imply. Oh no, not again! The brass base charged in investigating the theft believes that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have yet been able to identify a likely suspect, and the concerned perpetrators have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been mere monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can't afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon if your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Yastrola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun preliminary investigation. Objection! I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Me? Galleon, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the rose, I bet to the little avail. It would seem that the thieves have took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go in further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fubba. He is the officer charged in leading the investigation. I will only be repeating that which he relayed to me. If it eluded my attention, maybe I would not elude yours. Oh, hello, Galleon? Was it? You should have said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quality of crystal stolen, but I dare say it might be greater than... never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of Haley-laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints at the Royal Elegant Sunway. The cart blew it off towards Easter Stallion, where, thank the gods, I heard that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem curious choice of thieves such as proven cunning. Yet the Malja do have a foothold in Eastern Thalion. And what of their cargo? Do they carry the crystals we speak? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Do you miss me, friends? I'm back. I fear I come bearing disappointing news, or a second thought. Perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, where have you been off to? I figured we had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Maja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way. He was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept. In all my years, I'd never seen such a prodigious quantity of summons. The blades were calling at one of the largest halls they ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we had no choice but to assume our research elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Gallion. So summons is pretty much weed. And that shit is pretty nasty, though. Against all expectation, it would seem that Maja are innocent in this particular spat of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals in such quantities. It cannot be that we're dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plain, we're missing something. While you think about it, what it may be, I shall inform Arianje of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
For once, voice acting.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
They're like, who the hell's Doma? Any bright ideas? I saw it tell you flash and insight. Well, if I was a paladin, I would be using flash. No? Well then. For want of a better suggestion, I say we should try picking Flipple with Spring again. Who knows, if we work together, we might find something of use and nestle away within it. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon its most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fopapa. What is the disturbing possibility which we speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activity escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there's someone among our own ranks conspiring with him? A traitor in our own midst. It would seem most unfortunate if your fears were proven well-founded, Philippa. Indeed, if, for reasons of security, this concern decides to transfer the remaining crystal stored on the horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such judgment would surely be well guarded, with thieves as willy as our risks open confrontation. Perhaps mayhap not, but neither would be the concern be eager to present them with such obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret and entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Makote miner traveling without escort. as to not to attract undue attention. But who? I see. Yes, the concern may well like to do that, but to travel with so much cargo will be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need the rest upon the way. May up north of the bridge to Hemrilla? A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Galleon? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends. I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. And the plot thickens. Call me a cynic, but I was surprised that these cities lay down their arms and surrender. Say that you're prepared to offer some encouragement. Standing watch. Well, this is kind of... Wow, actually this is the first time I ever see you show up. And a miner after it. It's not the first time I ever see her in a non-casual outfit. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize this. Several to the last, I expected. Are you unharmed? Again, it's sea wolf thieves and Thalion, no less. I suppose it was first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them. Aye, with all the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. You know what that means. Our thieves are a long way from home. Ding! Thank you. If you were so good to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Filippo will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Like I said. For once, you're still actually wearing something different instead of a conjurer or white mage outfit. On the behalf of the brass blades of the rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but you have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? But on your leave, I sure would much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No. I'm afraid that won't be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of Blaze dispatched to Tam and make good his escape. Oh, for the love of... Oh, and how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that summons we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, yeah, he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Limson, born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes, he's staying next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? And there's the nod. The Mother of Exiles. My family bid me to tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphina awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is Alphina has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Rasp Blade. And when I do, you may rest assured we have our answers. It's a brass blade, but yeah, he's a sea wolf. How do you not see that? Never mind, it's old though. How you know? Never mind, it's old though. They don't give a shit. Once you have coin, you're all good. Oh yeah, he killed my family, but he wasn't a murderer. Thanks for the million gil. Yes. You're late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I've been able to gather, this vessel belongs to the band of Domans who seek audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? And Orthrod? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it's ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their home under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be really interested to hear their tale. And more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Old Dog Galleon. Unless I'm mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken. Alphanode. We'll find the Domans bickering with a salt sworn on the royal permit. You're uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume they might be being pursued by some. If not, who better than you to have the hand in the event of overseeing diplomatic incident. Besides, I do enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Old Dog. The fun times. Oh yeah, I should really get rid of the sprout looks. Because I was giving some free minions out. Okay. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. None shall pass! Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to dodge a formal petition. Time is the essence. Why is that you summon your superior? Let me plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. I wait you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you find more to liking. Alpha Olivier at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very near unique, in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ulda, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves in the wealthy and the powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. They will explain your situation to us, and then we'll see if there's all we can do to help. Of course.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise. But our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
It sounds so snide with his comments.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience.
Because there was an expansion character race. They just want to be mysterious about it.
We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I am not the heart to repeat the tales of our trepidations, nor are I please you to listen to them. I think suffice to say, however, sacrifice has been made. Sacrifices must be made, brother. Though it shames me to beg for more when you already offer so much. Desperation compels me, gentle sir. If you or your sorcerers could spare any provisions, anything at all, it will go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Ah, yes, Momo. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Galleon? Of course I hope. You could have picked a better day, to tell you the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just said word they can't come. Meaning, I got a buttload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. That's all. They pay for a lot of advance. Oh, convenient timing. Go on, call up Fern and Katrin at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said I'll ship the little princess order to the Wakening Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should sound straight. Why, that's a rather odd request. Maybe I misheard her instructions. Piss off. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. You're a dick. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momo's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Piss off. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man that can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. You're a dick! You know, they can feed themselves. Help your fellow man, asshole. That's the thing I hate about old they're all assholes against, helping the needy. Oh, I have 50 billion gil. I don't want to help some freaking peasant with 2 gil of mine. Okay. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go tell Lady Yugura it's all in hand. Yay. I dare not hope for such a magnanimity, much less than expected. Mr. Momo is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. That was awesome. Lady Yuguri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. You've been great. Honest? No, you're actually kicked out of the place. Before the Satan and the Syndicate both, we shall return to the Royal Pyramid at once. You have done so much for us, Master. I will swear we shall return to the favor. Not as though, Yuguri, not has been given. This is a small favor you won fairly with your words, and it's with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Now, shall choose them with care. You'll be accompanying us, yes. Yeah. You'll be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of Thanapichi, and nothing so unpalatable will require of them, assuming the Domans are willing to guard their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Pyramid. See? Tail. Oh, there, la 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 la, I'm a freaking it's over here. And this would be more awesome if I was a freaking Endwalker as an actual summoner, but kind of hard to do that today. I've let Ezra Galleon. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. I think I have cut voices in this one.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
I love Namo. She's so cute!
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
And the thing is,
Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
Problem is that Ulda is freaking littered with Almegan people, and because of that, Ulda is overbearing with refugees. They could take it to Gridania, but Gridania is just having their hands full as it is too, because you know the primal threats. And not to mention, they're not the most hospitable when it comes to outsiders, because that's how Gridania rolls. And Limsa, well, yeah, Merov, yeah, she has her own freaking troubles. It's bad enough she's having her hands full with the pirates faction as it is. Now, let alone have refugees. So.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
They're all dicks.
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Oh yeah, he's a dick.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
Wait, where the hell's Godbert?
The law is the law.
Yeah, Lorito.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames. the cost of which grows ever higher.
Okay, so the one in the cloak, that has to be Godbert. He's the proprietor of the Gold Saucer. And a certain investigator's father, which anyone who does not do that quest line, I will come and choke you. Like that one scene from freaking Final Fantasy players coming from WoW.
The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think.
I ain't lying.
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
He's intelligent.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo.
Bazing!
Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Wow, I didn't realize Godbert is a fucking dick.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Bullshit.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Having observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is like to change it. Often I wonder how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. But I would not waste no more words on him. When the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. Actually, where is the Hall? Oh, the... I think it's actually more closer. Seneca has spoken. I see no point in movement that the matter be reconsidered. The Monarchists have made their position clear. I agree, Ulda is not an option. Nor at Limsa or Gardania, I trust, given the state of their internal affairs. Like I said, Limsa has their hands full with the pirate situation with the three factions, and they can't accept any refugees. And Gardania, they don't like outsiders. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them home in an airless hole with no hopes of better treatment. Would that have more time to find an alternative? A place not bound by the concerns of great... My gods, I got it. Ophelia, well, that's precisely what I wish to discuss. That is why I... Ophelia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. Sounds well awkward. I understand the Syndic's decision, I do, but we all wish to preserve which is ours, especially when we believe it's to be under siege. But I cannot accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Move it out of the question for the Sultan and accept as for a limited time, a week, mayhap, or even just a few days. Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Gary, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphadod. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordana. Like most outposts, it's frequent with mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, we need able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, have not safe food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those who herself proposed to Gary. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ulda, Revenant still would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can come as well, we shall gladly accept. As the Alpha, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, Lily. The life your people go is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. For that, there remains a matter of how they may safely be born to Revenant's Toll, which would be no small feat, considering their existence in their present condition. I have the Oldalian adventurers collect me assistance. Look for me there anon. Which we're like next door to it. Lady Gary, if you and your people copy me, we might discuss what aid the Memorial Flames can provide. Wait. Oh. Why did I think it was that way? We are concerned that the dominant refugees might find the journey to Remus too much to bear. Too long had they sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone to stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momo has kindly offered to accommodate the Domus until such time as they raid sail from Mordana. Those healthy enough to travel when Burkasuna's transportation has been secure, while those too weak to leave at once will remain to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there all the Memorial Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Or a smaller number, maybe it will go unnoticed. But the Stankin will not bear the cost of escorting more than the 200 elements to Mordana. When the government fails to act, the response fails to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Dominant's behalf. Very well, we shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you wish to have a friend in the old Lady Yuri. And you and Revis told, my lord. Well, it sounds like you have all the work to do. There you go. Let's put our heads together and settle the details on our arrangement, shall we? I would trust the task of escorting our Doma friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Boink. As we speak, the Dominants prepare the departure of Vesperia, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ildal. That said, all has been decided rather sudden, and it would be not surprised if the refugees require some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Can I have you return the Vesperia and facilitate the process through great tasks, great and small? And sure, whatever must be done, do it. Just do it! Embrace your dreams! Circle their main name holds down when you arrive. Lady Yuri tells it he's been just designated the leader of the first group. Oh, gave him a res. Greetings. Elvenod informed me that the Scion will be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honored to meet you, though a shame as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from the glance that what man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forget this trifle, but I might try to help round up the children that have been given into my care. We are most adept at staying hidden from my sight. Perhaps your keen eyes will see where I failed. You might have my thanks, friend. Pray take out my son Orzon. He can tell you more. Meow. Oh, hello there. I'm your son, Orzon. Will you come into it with us to Ul'dah? I heard we're traveling by a horse-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds are that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry. I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We're just finishing the game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Guri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesperg is not that big, so I bet you can find out in no time. Okay, kids. Like, seriously. I will draw him out with a fucking magic tech. Hey, you're not your son. Who are you? I'm Ko. Gallant Cedrelia. I don't know that anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those stallions, are you? Oh, no. Scions. Name is no Lady Guri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. All right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you. Doink. Wake up! How do you find me? I guess I need to practice more. Maybe you're just good at this. Man, Garlands didn't find me. Okay, where's the third one? Hi! Surprise, motherfucker! Are you playing? No fair. Yours didn't say anything about the adults. Huh? You get to ride a horse-bird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary, but if yours is safe, I'll go. I found your kids. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek? I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. You already thought it's best that children know how to do in case a Garland has found us. I sure hope these days are behind us, but nevertheless, take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. You are not prepared. Why we adventure. First caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Homie, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Karo, whom I believe you already met. Though I understand the road Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, but it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Eager to be off, are you? Yeah, I was just meaning to have a word with you before that. Runner from the Blade said we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of bridge to Hemerla. Might as be someone else are playing tricks on him. Of course, I don't know what play the game on this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself and fight, but this lot, there is another story. So I was just thinking you're going ahead and have a look around. Like, make sure the area is safe. Like, if anyone comes across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside horizon. The blades tell me the roads are safe, so I reckon that we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the safe thing bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Yeah, that's the problem about the brass blades. Dude got wrecked. Yeah, that'd be a problem. So, there was a beastie. Was being an operative word, eh? Well fought, sir. Well fought. If only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand by your side. Pray my son, no man. He forgets that it's a responsibility for particular acts of daring do. Be it as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call by heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Leo's kinsmen, least of all. They fought fiercest, though we know full well it was all in vain. She had a really right to walk away, yet she had choose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she was given everything. We shall give her our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch, digging, killing, it matters not. Revenue still will grow and prosper by our hands. Hey, Mr. Gallion, Colonel, I want to know how you became an adventurer. I don't remember having this many options the last time I did this. If this was going to be my option, because that's how I began the game with, but... So you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in a lot of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Gallion. I got a question. What's Ravenous toy like? Is it pretty? It is a stone's throw from Imperial Castro. Oh, so you live with your friends. That means you're always there to protect us.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Enough, Karu. It's my turn. Mr. Guy, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Eat your vegetables, kid. Buy weapons and armor for Winnowa. Oh, girl will watch you be like, nope. Of course. To be adventuring, you need to go adventuring. Alright. That's enough questions for Mr. Galleon. That's not fair. Why does Gary get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventure just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I can be an adventurer like you one day? And Michael Kicklin. Nope. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Galleon. I won't forget it. I'm going to adventure too. When we get the stove, we'll make the adventure skill for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Galleon and Guri. I want to insert Sailor Moon quote. Yeah, just like Mr. Galleon and Lady Guri. We can talk about it in the carriage on the way. Will you join us? Kids, go here. Here's a free Eggy. I go play with him. Fine, you don't like him? Well, here's a ruby carbuncle. Have fun out. Give me your freaking onyx wand, please. Oh wait, that's the goblet. Ah, Galleon, I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there anything else? No. I have matters on hand here. You and Lady Gersh travel the rim and stone forthwith. It's past time Lady Gary meet the guild representative and evidence told. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thalion which may require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with the Southbound upon arrival. He's one of whom the Domans would work most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Yuri to Mephilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting tie should stand the Domans in good stead with that which is to come. Safe travels. Yoink. Why is there corpses lately in town? This must esteem Lady Guri and her sorceress. I greet you all as friends, but be welcome to the toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of Fairness off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have wealth of spirit and camaraderie spare. See, race and creed do not enter into here. You're all welcome of sorts, provided they're willing to earn their keep, of course. We're no strangers to hard work, Master Saffron. You may rest assured that we'll carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for the moment I did doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new rivals. And you wouldn't need bow your head or call me master either. We're both frontier hands, as far as I'm concerned. As there was Southbourne. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet Mephilia. 7 has gone. Why are you wasting my time with me? 7th in the Rising Stones. To which is given, which is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, can I interact with them? Technically, I don't have access to that. I think this might be. There's no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Badassian continue to meet with failure. Urage has explored other vendors of inquiry, but they too have yet not. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of which area we now. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. May up your question of the wisdom aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not believe you if you did, nor will I deny this matter falls outside our normal preview. Be that it may, how could I ignore the plight of these refugees? Not that when it's within our power to help them. Lady Gary's here? Please, show her in. I should very much like to meet her. Still more useful than you. Look at that magnificent tail. You have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answers pleases me beyond words, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. An event of Reva's toll could be not accommodated as all. We would need to find an alternative solution. Should that comes to pass, we'll find it together. As ever, it's been a pleasure, Mephilia. At last, we must take our leave as the first carriage are due to arrive any moment. Should we require anything else, pray seek with Saffron, Lady Gary. Galleon. Flamingo and I will have the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel home upon their arrival. Though I miss, I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. You sure should be returning now with a report from a field. May I have you can wait here and speak with her upon her arrival. Yeah, we kind of forgot back with that, didn't we?
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Well, that's not... Yeah.
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Migraine!
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
And who is the emissary? Elibis.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
That's our damn echo, Ishtola.
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes.
Oh, sorry.
The true nature of the echo.
Yeah, about that.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Yes, Dad.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
No shit, you Gary.
Aye. A primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
I don't know if it's this patch or the next patch. This was introduced the ninja class. Well, rogue then ninja. Because rogue was never introduced in this game. And I think arcanists or summoners slash scholars were not introduced until 2.1, I think. So technically, post Realm Reborn after 2.0, they actually added 2 new jobs as part of the base game. But I think this one actually introduced the rogue slash ninja class. Apparently, should it come worst comes to pass, the Leviathan is summoned. Only our recourse would be to face him in battle. Given past experience, it may very well think that it eventually inevitable. Yet, so long there is even a chance that the primal's return might be prevented, we must need spend all our efforts toward achieving that goal. Before we go else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Emerald. She will not have them idle in intervening time. Will doubtless have valuable information to share. Back to my home city. Speak to my old waifu leader. What is he wearing? Peacock robe. Oh, that thing. It was kind of nice looking when it began, but... Hold up. I gotta report. This for the great time. Okay, there we go. Welcome, France. I take it your show has praised you of the situation. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahaga had not crystals enough to summon their god. At last, we did not count on the Serpent Reader's return, venturing as far as Stallion to supplement their catch. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with a grand prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom make ready to launch a large-scale operation to throw up the submarine, and we will welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if God forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Mephilia, I was going to understand that you mean the company or soldiers in the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I'd rather not be drawn by their nature. I only say only with those that there is something I will see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I'm not so stubborn as to deny the wish of ones who aid the acquired, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that said, let's speak on the operation. Captain Tyrdale. I love it when I have my title now. Our scouts are currently reconning Sahagan movements within the Spatula spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith that we may appraise the latest intelligence. Commander Fraka has charge of that garrison. Wake. I've been expecting you, Simon, said Don. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we'll prevent Leviathan's return. As you already know, Maelstrom scouts have dispatched to Kazor, the Sapos spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe like this of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, we have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge. Soon it comes to that. And yet, their return is overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or for worse, we must ascertain their fate. If that's too much to ask, I will have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts venture to step us all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to those who have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they perish, circumstance permanent, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep in enemy territory, however. We can't afford to lose you into that structure. Help somebody of all times to forget the restorative. Ugh. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Rider. Light armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's tongue. I'm certain of it. I can make my way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Guys, you know how many times I had to go here for my Reborn relics, and I had to do my dailies. Got a lot of nice corpses. Yep. Oh, yeah. Return, thanks to the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared it would be a untimely demise. Really? Really? I fought 3 primals, and I fought the Garlean Empire. And you're gonna expect me, Sahaga, to kick my ass. But tell me, what became of the others? They're dead! Dear gods. These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savage no bounds? Anyway or no, they go too far. I dread to think they would have become the 2 and remain unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and I owe you a mighty thanks. The price we paid was dear. We had the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. War horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to set forth when you do. Sally forth! The gift of eternity. First damn fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We're here for a purpose. Vengeance is not it. I want your mind at the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count me on to keep a clear head. Good. According to our soul surviving scout, the Saga and their thralls, however, began to mass at the Aetheryte in the depths of the Sapsa. If we're to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Saga has heightened security in and around the spawning grounds. Infernal Soul is like to meet with fierce resistance. But we're not so artless at that, Commander. We should divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sagan priests presiding over the summary. We're not here to kill them all. The Minstrel shall emerge and distract the Sahagan's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the Leia is still devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have sophisticated units fan out to cover their flanks. At the same moment, a diversionary squadron formed by galleons from the Crescent's fleet shall hurry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we silence shall form small units in hopes of confusing the Sahagan defensive effort. Galleon shall have 2 years to make your way to sight and summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should have served to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thank you, Gary. Commissions to lure as many Sahaga as possible out of the spawning grounds. Have done so, take your heels and circle and destroy the infiltration unit of Stroll and Gallium. When it's all set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Mephilia, as we agree. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. The battle. When did we last fight side by side, God? Not too long ago, I wore. But come, let's go this way. You know, I'm glad I picked Libsa because Y'shtola is my wife! If I didn't pick Arcanus, because honestly I was like, Black Mage, It's like I would have gone Black Mage, but then it's like I saw Arcanus, like, wait, they're pretty much summoners. Because I talk about Roy Bacarbog, I was like, wait, we're summoners then. Like, hell to the freaking ass. Bitch, please. I definitely know this next cutscene. Try not to concern herself. It was only a glancing blow. Come, Aether is close at hand. Let's press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Mind you, Thanger is actually a gladiator. Now he switched to a thief. Yeah, she's a ninja, he's a thief.
To the Aetherite!
And that's how we got Thief and Ninja. Or Rogue and Ninja. Thanks, Merob.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Even hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
So pretty much he's asking it now. Sort of.
O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite.
Not really. You can stay in that
Am
form
I
for some.
not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost.
Ouch.
For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Well, it is his signature move. Well, actually, Tsunami is his signature move. Tell you what, it's just one of his attacks. Understand, I speak of normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than seen in nature. Enough to raise an entire coastal settlement. If his last attempt was any guide, we cannot suffer history to repeat it. Yet, how in seven hells are we to prevent it? Hence why, like I said last time on the video, when I did give Good King Mooglebog, Leviathan was actually going to be in that patch. But because of the tsunami and the earthquake they had in Japan, they kind of like, okay, we need to do something hilarious and actually calm the fears because they don't have PTSD. So when they put this patch in now, you see why. So they let people chill the fuck out for like 3 months. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. As long as the Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none. Of that you may be sure, but Lillian herself would struggle the best of the Lord of the World in this element. And in a straight fight, he will make meat and matchwood for us. We need another plan, not much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we can not think of one. I shall wait you in the command room.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Hearthstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told.
Which we did to Garuda.
If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder.
So, I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So, Miss Beard is him. He retired as his title as the notorious pirate. And yeah, you get to fight him at one of the side contents, and I think it was in Heaven's Ward. Yeah, it was in Heaven's Ward. And yeah, you get to fight him as Miss Beard form, which is pretty freaking awesome.
By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Miss Beard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, Warrior of Light.
Beings such as gods has also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walk among us these days of Europe, but I confess that I never truly believe them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Guardians feared him so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I trust it's best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? Details are yet hazy, Admiral, but we have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. Oh, gods, please don't tell me. I am disinclined to put any store by his claim. Even if it should be true, as your show said, not say the company of heroes has bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is their number, what could he tell us that we don't know already? And yet, having wagered limited survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony can yield any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on this supposed primal slayer's claims. Galleon, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, I'll spare you the torment waiting for the reckoning and idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be the resident in the Great Fleet and Lower Lake Casa. The storm prophet sent So the question should be ready in the vicinity. May your returning prove fruitful. Yeah, about this. Okay. Ah. I'm getting pretty close to finishing up this patch. Ooh, I almost hit the residential. Yeah, this bloke. I fought Titus. Now look here, you. You have your employee stored after you carry those sacks of grain over there to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you picked me these orders for you, and before I knock out the chocobo stables, and before I roll that maelstrom over the mill, and also before. Gods, man, I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! Do you hear me complaining? I suppose someone's ain't made for this rough stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Neverland said that old Techno ain't a generous soul. Now pick your ears, cause I don't be repeating myself. Too much, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take on one saying. You keen? The tale of Treasure Epic Victory over Dread Primal Livibus. Now, Livibus, huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about wide across as me members long. That's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought, I could barely see all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been lagoons worth at least. He even knocked my trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a great mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory myself, I let me mates of the company heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Maybe not too modest. Now, there's some say you can never truly beat Leviathan. That you got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Ah, it's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I just enjoyed his attention, that's all. I'll take back everything I said. You're the one who initiated it, asswipe. I was never a part of the company. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in Chocobo Dung. I have to lie to women to tumble, and it didn't happen much. Remember, it's tiny. It's pathetic. Too much information, dude. We know you have a small penis. Let's get on with this. I'm sure as hell he didn't fight Lubias, but I seen him with my own eyes. Just a few years back when I was working as a baker's hand, I was shirking my duties one day and learning about the highway when I saw it. Big great mass servant, some almost cost with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right there and then. What? Oh gosh, just remember that day made me sort myself all over again. Fetch me my brown pants. Hey, wait, if you're asking to relieve us, I mean you're planning to fight him, eh? Well, take care. He's really terrible, dreadful. I'll tell you. If you're not careful, he'll end up in his gullet or bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying whore, son? I can't believe you made you handle the chunk of the dung. Yeah, it's my failure. Were you able to learn against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Leave it be this? I say. That is most unfortunate. Anyway, I have tidings for you. The Twin Vessel is not complete. We wait at Morby Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as possible. This guy's an ass. I tell you, John, the great flea proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager a service take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the war leader, I call her, is complete, and she suppresses all my expectations. In addition to her prestigious Tronage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I will mention that also that she is high on Sequel, but I'm not the one to tempt fate. The war leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bury you with Ethan. Lord of the world. Ah, I know that look. You're ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the world leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with our friends at Nedra NV, our Kelly elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, I will use the power of the corrupted crystal on board to rob Leviathan of its hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to counter the Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thank you very much, I will have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force will not want for numbers. By your leave, I will too volunteer by any blade. We will welcome it. Having seen you fight on Saspa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thank you very much, if you join the third levy and Lady Gary the fifth. But what words have I for the man who has made sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm where you're late. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have utmost faith in you. May the crystal bless and keep you. And expect that I did this a little bit more. We got his attention! So Leviathan has magical weakness, while his tail is oh shit, I gotta activate this. His tail does damage if you use range attacks. So you look at his head, reflecting damage by range attacks. And his tail reflect. As you can see, I took that much damage on me. Extreme version, these railings go bye-bye. And if you fall off, it's game over. There's no recovering from it. It sucks. Him and Titan are the only ones that are in the extreme form. Destroy you. You fall off, game over. No recovery. Of course, in Evidence War, they kind of fixed that after the first release, Extreme. To the fact how, yeah, things go bad. So we got rid of the hardcore Extreme problems of falling off the ledge after the second release, Primal Extreme. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making a conversation during your past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir, and that role awaits you in the command room. Wink. Her command room, 1 hour. Oh, we're having a gangbang here.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Yeah, see, there's a little hint.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
Because he was a gladiator.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
A little Thancred's eyes.
Minfilia, please!
Bashing on Thancred!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
That's why 2.3, I think it was the Rogue and Ninja, was released.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, But how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagins' reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning, but when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Admiral has informed me of their arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. The house stands at the gate leading to pier of smaller fishing vessels. Look for a copious Harrier man there. Present the letter to him. He'll serve as a gatekeeper of sorts. Before you go, I'm obliged to remind you of the members of the fraternity at which you have been introduced about the shadows of the Lyncian society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and they are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it is to be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words or parchment will only get you so far in their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Okay, so this patch actually lets you access the rogues and ninjas. But when I started the game, they were automatically unlocked. Yeah, see? That's where the thieves start. Got business in me. Penned by the Admiral, I want to introduce you of Doma to the members of Limsan's as yet unnamed secret fraternity. So I demand the Admiral set word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thank or two. Been a while since I saw his shit-eating grin. But with all the witches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner that Mirabel says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I'm Yuguria Dalma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as many people and I keep in the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. So you have developed fighting techniques to this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are citizens of shadow. 'Tis the stealth that our strength lies. There is much more we learn from one another, I think. Then why is that what I was waiting for? If you can come with us, you're gonna do what's it? You're gonna in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Yeah, this is a really sexist fucking patch. Talking about penises and housings. I forgot, I should remain with these people for a time, and I might study their ways. Though I'm loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in best of hands. You have been a true friend of us Domans. No words will suffice to express my gratitude. Early on, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it will be my honor to welcome you as a student. Through the maelstrom. Wait, what? Mint-Dew is not dancing at Crystarium? Oh no. More and more has occurred since I first held Eorzea Evangelion's deck. Suffice to say, I had that vision being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. Forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing matter business of your own. Rest assured I will no longer require escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Ophelia, pray relay her my humblest thanks. With that, I do so in person, but I must fulfill my promise to the Emerald. Till we meet again, for your lady. For sure, something to move around. She has been there for months. Maybe they are playing the game, or even worse, living their life. The game is their life. Come on. I don't understand. They're always there, like for the past year. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, this is where the Thieves Guild is. Rogue. And there's the leader. Okay, so go back to the Rising Stone Spa. So, Mint-Dew is our resident dancer and high populated current content areas. And that's all she does. The funny part is, I used to be in a free company that got her into the guild. At that time, I was actually the end game area at the time when this person got invited. And I was doing Sephiroth Extreme for Heavensward. That's one of my actual first extreme fight that's current content at the time. And Mint-Dew was in this guild. She was horrible. Or off because some of the people had parsers, and her damage output was freaking stupid. And she's a black mage, by the way. Granted, the fight is a little bit of pain in the ass as black mage. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I understand that. But the thing is, we have another black mage who was way skilled than her at the time. And the only reason I emphasize the time. So, she either was dying, failing mechanics, or not even doing her rotations enough to actually keep damage. Hell, our freaking off tank, apparently, they parsed her. Our off tank was doing more damage than her. That was bad. And our off tank was a Dark Knight, I think. Because I think our main tank was a Paladin or a Warrior, one of the two. But point being is, she was horrible. Now, fast forward several years now, apparently she is the best black mage on our server and a Savage Raider. I don't know if this person switched hands later on, or as the term say in my previous experience of gaming, she got good. Or get good, son. So, I don't know what the hell happened. I personally think it's not the same Mint2, I know. It must have switched hands. But that's just my opinion. I don't understand how one person was total shit, and now today is the best freaking black mage on our server, and a Savage Raider. Don't get me wrong, I had dipped in a little bit of Savage, but I haven't gotten really far in this current era expansion. All I did is Ramu and grew to Ifrit, and I passed through it, and I didn't get past the third one because the team I was in was rather a Desiree. It's like we had 3 members who weren't that great, and not to mention it didn't help our party composition. We had a dancer and a bard. So our damage output was not doing so good from the dancer point of view, honestly. No offense to her, but she was good. I like her, but her damage output was not helping us. Since we already had our range physical. Because normally you have to have your 2 tanks, your 2 healers. More often you need your scholar or white mage combo, or a scholar with a astrologian, or a white mage with a astrologian combo. And then you have your 1 caster, your 1 physical range, and maybe your 2 melees, which is like, a dragoon or monk, or a dragoon and a ninja, or, whatever, a mix and match. But when you have 2 range physicals, not the greatest thing in the world. And my role was the ninja, so I was doing the rogue thing. And one of my buddies is a dragoon, so we got our 2nd melee. And one of my friends was one of the main tanks. One of our free company members was our off tank. And then we have 2 of our outside partner free company. One was a scholar and one was the dancer I mentioned. And who the hell was the other 2 guys we had? One was a red mage, I think. Because we had to have a caster. Oh yeah, and we have our white mage. So, well, past that, let's continue on.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Oh, you're bearing it, alright.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing.
So, claimed.
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Remember this.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
It is poofed!
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Yeah, about that.
12 preserve.
Oh, it had the same power as Ultima. Oh.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
So that was the end of, of 2.2. So, yeah. We'll see you in the next video. We'll go on to 2.3. Oh, shit. Goodbye.